Growth4Change initiative so that we can unite change makers together and get to engineer innovative solution for these areas and to be able to see transformation of the urban landscape. And through this we were able to start with hydroponics farming, where one of the board members of Voices4Change, who's called Eric from Sweden, his company called Lukania, they do indoor farming, so he was able to share knowledge here, and we set up system in Korogocho, in Dandora, and now we have scaled up to Babadogo, to Madare, and we look to reach to many other informal settlements. And the idea why we are promoting hydroponics is because we are able to grow a lot in a small piece of land. The water, we are able to recirculate the water 100%. And also we are not using soil, we are using growing media, which is pumice, and sometimes we use cocoa peat, which some of this they can be locally sourced, and that is why we are talking of ghetto engineer, where we are trying to use some things which could be waste and trying to repurpose it to make urban gardens, and people can be able to feed their families at this, and the excess they can sell. We know there are solutions, but maybe they have not been worked to work in our communities. But with Growth4Change, we will work with the researchers, business, industry players, NGOs who have resources, and they're looking into how to channel the resources to co-create, co-design, and come up with solutions together, and jointly we will see the transformation we want in our community. From Nairobi, we are looking into going in 2024 to work in other cities. We hope through this we will create a community of where people will be able to have peer-to-peer exchange, and our role will be mostly to provide facilitative role, exchange, bringing viable innovations, successful, sustainable practices to these communities, and try to link them with market and also with the resources. We invite people with the knowledge to come and also can introduce us to groups that they think we can collaborate with them. A challenge where most young people in Kenya are facing unemployment. That is why we have seen most of the communities that we are working in forming ecological justice movement, ecological networks, and they are trying to raise issue around the importance of protecting the environment in their communities, as this is what will be able to get the resources for running most of the business and also ensuring we have good quality of life. But in terms of employment and ecology, we can say that there's been very little support in ensuring the young people are prepared for the labor market, and also deeper understanding around the holistic aspect of sustainability. Yeah, Voice4Change has to amplify the voices of the people in their communities, to be able to be heard by the people of authority, the people with power, and through this we have come up with a number of campaigns, and one of it is Food is Politics campaign. We intend to trigger edgy debates around the politics of food, and also come up with creative ways to engage young people through music. We have done music with rappers from various informal settlements of Nairobi, and it's around food justice. We have also done a roundtable of Food for Thought series, where we invite different specialists and we mobilize the young people at the grassroots to join, and they share knowledge, and they get to go and practice some of this. And Another thing which also we are working on as Voice4Change, we are developing a food is activist toolkit. And in this toolkit, we are going to put tactics, simple tactics that people can be able to adapt and implement in small spaces in terms of nutrition, in terms of increasing productivity. And this toolkit, we will make it accessible to especially the people who have lack of access to information. We have been working with artists so that they can be able to raise the issues around food justice and also to be able to communicate with the young people. And another program that we have been working on, we have been working to build an ecosystems. So we work through organized groups in these communities, and whatever these communities they are passionate about, we work with them to build their skills, and then these skills they are the ones who now can train other groups, and then they can we can pay them, or we find someone who can pay them for this task, and that's how we build the ecosystem, and then they're able to learn from each other. So we don't have like a flagship program, because we are very budget tight, staff very limited staff, so we are trying to really focus on the impact and where we can make big impact, where we can get into action. It's very challenging to get like resources, especially that is linked with training and education, because it's an ongoing process. And also most actors, they are more focusing with very tangible stuff. Most of the actors who are offering trainings on the ground, they are mostly the kind of trainings which is not linked to them getting support to funds to do a practical implementation. So many young people in the informal settlements were saying, oh, we are just being trained, but no one is giving us concrete support and be able to work with us through the whole process. There is that disconnect, and also there is need for the kind of training not to just come with the blanket trainings. It needs to be needs-based, trying to know in these communities what are their needs. Then you design a training based on the needs and what the community feels is important.